Hello, comics and pop culture people. Have I got a video for you? This is the wrap-up for Rose City Comic Con, where all of the YouTubers in my group, we all kind of shared our haul from the show. And so without further ado, let's catch you guys on the inside.
Yar, we be taking over. Bigby McFly, hoist the colors.
Okay, are you guys confused yet? Okay, so the reason for that intro, Mike and I kind of were joking around that Mike was going to take over my channel. So this video was shot by Mike, and he didn't have room for it on his channel. And so he said, man, it seems just like a waste to let this stuff, not get shown. And so he offered to let me show it on my channel. So it's all from Mike's point of view, though. So it's going to look like Mike is posting my channel. So we kind of joked that Mike was pirate taking over my channel. So, yeah, anyway. So without further ado, let's get to this cool footage.
All right, guys, so instead of going all the way back to Massachusetts to show what we got, I'm here with a lot of amazing friends from the Portland area, all of which are, well, either YouTube or Instagram. And we're going to show each other what we got today, our loot from Rose City Comic Con. So let's film it. This seems like the best way to do this, right? Yeah. It's going to be cool. A little bit different. Hey, let's go. I'm going to start with me, all right? Yeah. All right, so let's start with this. A few weeks ago, I was at a comic show in Boston. I love this Wonder Woman Historia. It was a 3-part series. They were written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, but there's a different artist in every single one. But the art in this is incredible. I met Phil Jimenez, the artist, had him sign it. I said, someday I'll have Kelly Sue DeConnick sign it. And then I checked the guest list, and she was going to be here. I think she's like a West Coast only person. Yeah. I'd never seen her on the East Coast. So I saw her. I had her sign this, so that's pretty cool. So in a few weeks, I had both sign it, right? Really cool. And I love this. It's fantastic. And since I was meeting her, my daughter loves Captain Marvel, and this is her book, which, by the way, is probably a 9.8 candidate. And I had it framed for my daughter. I thought it would be cool to have Kelly Sue DeConnick sign it to Samantha. And look what she did. She wrote, Sam, be the star, Kelly Sue DeConnick. Is that cool, right? Yeah. So she signed it. So I'm going to have that framed. And then I have my copy, which I had her sign. So she was an incredibly wonderful person. She was really, really sweet. Very cool person to meet today. I met Mike Mignola and had him sign first full appearance of. Very cool. Had him sign full first Hellboy. Bummer of this, though, is that's not my book. It's a friend of mine's book. Okay. Maybe we'll have a conversation about it afterwards. This also is a book I got for someone. This is the awesome Casada variant of the House of M. Oh, that's really cool. Which I love. We get the awesome Scarlet Witch sort of disintegrating there. This is actually for Jeff from Comics Bar has been looking for this book. Oh, cool. Nice. And he does so much awesome work for me and many others, and incredible work. So I had to get that for him. This is a book I already have. This is X-Men number 122. Of course, we get some Chris Claremont, John Byrne goodness, right, guys?
Ryan Kloss's collector's book. Right,
Ryan Kloss's collector's favorite book. I already have this book. Oh, did he? Yep. He's lots of copies. So the story with this is, as a gift for Ryan, what I wanted to do was, my other copy I thought was a 9.8, maybe 9.6. It's a dark cover. I sent it in, and it came back as a 9.4. And then I asked him, he already had 9.8. But I want my Claremont run to be raw. Yeah. So this is a replacement from the slab version. I say I don't like slab books. It's true. All right. Here's a awesome book. So this is the Marvel Tales number 1. So this is the first of the reprint. Marvel Tales are all reprints, but this is a reprint of all the first appearances. AF-15, Hulk number 1. We have Iron Man TOS 39. We even have some Thor. Awesome. This can go for a little bit of money. I thought it was in really good shape. I got it for a steal, like $30. However, me and Dan were looking at it. Detached cover. Had no idea. But here's all the comic collectors like, oh, that's the saddest thing. However, it's a beautiful presented copy of this book, and that's all I care about. It's super cool. Whoa! As I drop it and do not anymore. Believe it or not, that's all I ended up getting today. That was it. I was having too much fun checking out the show and meeting people. So can't wait to see what you guys got.
All right.
Let's go around the horn. Who's first?
I'll go first.
Travis.
I got some really interesting, fun stories to tell. That's what's
Ooh,
really cool.
I like stories. Here we go.
So I want everybody to know I spent $0 today. Did not buy a single thing.
How do you do it?
So,
How do you do it, Travis?
how did I do it?
He was working a booth.
So I was working. I was working at the I Like Comics booth, and for Chris, he's a comic shop over in Vancouver, Washington. Fame is that they are the largest, if not they say the largest or almost the largest comic book shop in the Northwest.
They always have the sickest inventory.
Yeah,
You'll
and
always
we
find
always
it.
changing stuff. I mean, he buys. I can't tell you, but he spends millions of dollars on buying collections and reselling those collections, and is fantastic at doing it.
And side note, that shop is the remains of my two shops.
Yeah, so that shop
really?
started out as the remains of Brian's two shops. I don't know how much of that shop is
The
still.
fixtures. Still
Some of them. I mean, we got some new fixtures just recently too. So anyway,
The debate
But-
begins.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So today, I was working in the shop, and I was working with a kid who comes into our shop a lot and buys a lot of comics, and he's wanted to buy some key Wolverine issues out of the Wolverine run, and he pulls this book out of the collection,
Yep.
right? And I'm like, oh yeah, and he's like, oh, $8. I don't know, it might be a little much for me. I'm like, well, all the books in these boxes are half price. He's like, oh yeah, that's right. Well, I'm going to grab that one. He goes, isn't there another one where it's like Wolverine on the cover kind of jumping? I'm like, yeah, it's like issue 25 or something like that. It's the Jim Lee cover.
Yep.
And he's like, he goes and he flips it, and it was there. So he's like, he pulls it out. It's $20, so it'd be like 10. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, super excited about it. And so he comes over and he buys that stuff, and we were talking. He's like, and I was like, I mentioned that I need this book for my run. And I'm like, he goes, pulls one out. There's another one. He pulls it out. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not buying anything today. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow when I come with my girls, if it's still there. And he's like, oh, okay. And he goes and buys his books. He leaves. And about 20 minutes later, I'm working the other side of the the booth, because my job was to kind of walk around and make sure people didn't shoplift, because we're pretty open with people walking around and getting stuff on at the show. So here he comes, goes up to Chris, buys a comic. And then Chris says, come here. And I walk over, and the kid's like, here. He goes, because you need to have one for your run. He gives me this comic. So it was pretty freaking awesome.
Very sweet.
$4 for those $4?
$4.
Yeah, that's a good book for $4. Yeah.
Everything else.
I would have done.
Famous John Byrne cover.
Famous John Byrne cover, one of my favorites.
Yep, absolutely.
And
Bruce's
so,
favorite book. One of Bruce's favorites.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
and so, because I was working the show, you get perks for doing stuff like that for stuff. And so, Chris, we had all the voice actors and the writers from, which some of the writers are voice actors for Rick and Morty, doing a signing, and he got a bunch of these signed.
Cool.
It's this Infinity Gauntlet looking
Oh,
cover, and so all 4 of the voice actors from the show signed this. Chris walks over and he goes, "You like Rick and Morty, right? You're a big Rick and Morty fan." I'm like, "Yeah, I totally love Rick and Morty. It's like become a thing." And he goes, "Okay, you can't sell this, so I can't sell it." Because he knows I sell stuff. He goes, "But how would you like to have one signed by all the voice actors?" I was like, "Oh, that is awesome!"
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
he
awesome.
just gave it to me, and it's like, and he's paying me for working.
Right,
This
right.
isn't like, but it's such a sweet.
Again,
book.
it just shows how awesome our community is.
Yes.
2 excellent stories. Oh.
Yes, and one more
Yeah,
excellent
from
story. So a few months ago, you were selling some stuff online. No, you were showing books.
Yeah, I'm showing books. I got a
books.
collection in, yeah.
And you've got this collection, and my daughter is a absolute G1 Transformer fiend. If you've ever watched my channel, there's a video on there where Comics Limited has fallen, and she does this video where she did the whole thing. All I did on it was act out what she wanted me to do in the script. And so she did this video where it's this Starscream takes over the channel. She had me record my voice as Starscream. So I did the voice acting for Starscream. And then she had me yell at Starscream for taking over my channel. Well, anyway, she loves G1 Transformers. I saw this on one of Mike's videos. Actually, Big B saw it on one of Mike's videos and said, "Travis, you've got to go check that out. See if you check this out. And you need to ask Mike if he still has it."
And it had been like days. I'm like, and actually I said, and I followed up and I said, "Did you ask Mike yet?" He says, "Oh, I'm sure it's gone." already.
And
It's
he's like,
gone."
just ask him. So I asked Mike, and Mike very graciously hooked me up with this.
And the
book for my
craziest
daughter.
thing is, so I got rid of I didn't get rid of them. A friend of mine wanted all of my manga, all my anime stuff, and he got every single thing except that
this
one,
one?
because that's the one that jumped out to me as the coolest one.
Yeah.
I put it aside. It's the only one sitting there, and you contacted me, and I'm like, it's yours. I got to give it to her. It's for your
Yeah.
daughter. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, this is so cool.
It's very cool. And just to explain too, like what it is a Japanese fanzine, but inside, the comic is in Japanese, but there's every little thought bubble, every text bubble has a English key at the bottom. So it's like you read the footnotes to see what they're saying in English. I've never seen it before. It's one of the coolest things I've ever found.
That's so cool. I
yeah.
can't wait to show her this, and she's going to be so excited. So thank you so much.
Oh,
man.
my pleasure, man. I'm super happy. It's
Talk
going to a good
about
home.
community and how awesome the community.
Yeah, no, it's a small community, definitely. All right, Brian, you got a lot of stuff. Oh. Who's next?
No, I'll go.
I told
We were
stories.
doing fundraising for Heroes for Heroes, or getting stuff for fundraising for Heroes.
Yep.
We got a cool piece from Dave Correa.
Yeah.
He
That's
did
really cool.
a remark inside.
Yeah,
So
that's
he's
amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
So we'll be auctioning that off on.
Oh, I forgot to go and say hi to him. I'll have to do that tomorrow.
That's really cool.
Got a slice from a couple of guys that work at Oni. They're doing their own comic series, and like
Take it out.
Each
I gotta see
book.
this.
Oh,
each
Open it up.
book is
Yeah.
based on, or has pizza in the story in some way. So they had a whole bunch of pizza themed stuff, and they gave me
Clever.
a free slice and signed it off to me.
that's
There
cool.
you
It's
go.
like a CD insert.
Yeah.
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 So that was neat. Met a cool guy named Tom Morris.
That's
who was
nuts.
an awesome artist, and I got a piece from him.
That is amazing. I love the medals on him. That is so cool.
Yeah.
And the red work's so good on Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris introduced me to this fella,
David F. Walker.
David
yeah,
F.
the David Walker
yeah.
book. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a signature from him on that.
Who was it? Charlie Cox picked that up, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I want to say there was a picture of Charlie Cox holding that up.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't separate these out very well. We met James Osmus, and we were talking to him, and he gave both Chris and I a set of Survival Street, which is kind of a Sesame Street post-apocalyptic book.
Of course.
I gave us the whole
Nice.
set, and
All
he
right.
signed that. So
All right.
that was cool.
Nice.
This morning when I went over to see Trav, we
Whoa.
talked. What was it? I just got 2 books from you, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
just-
now.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
now. Got a teaser.
So we got 2 books from him, and so I picked up the first appearance of
Oh.
Black Widow
Wow.
and
Awesome.
the second appearance of Black Widow.
Very cool.
Thank you, Trav.
You're welcome.
Mike brought. Oh, there you go. You can take a look. Mike brought some books for me to get from him.
Yep.
So first, Killmonger.
Awesome.
First meeting of Captain America and Black Panther. First appearance of MODOK. And a Red Skull cover.
Great cover.
Nice.
And then while we were sitting at coffee, one of my friends says, I'm thinking about selling my Avengers #2. Messages me and says he's coming to the show. And he said he's bringing a bunch of other Avengers books. And I said, what do you want for it? And he said, I don't know. And he showed up at the show and he just handed me a stack of books and came back and we made a deal. And I ended up buying all of the books he brought to the show. So
There it is.
got a number.
Oh, yeah.
#2.
I love that yellow cover, too. So cool.
First Nebula.
Yep.
I think any of these are real big keys, but just a bunch of other issues of
Yeah,
Avengers.
trying to get rid of the glare here. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's
the
my
Yellow
fault.
Jacket on Child.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going back in time. They're getting older. So that one was at 10 something. 105.
5. Yep.
85.
Mm-hmm. Stand up like this.
32.
Yep.
I think it's 32. All
Look at
right.
this here. Oh, I love that one.
27.
Isn't that First Collector?
Might be.
I think it is.
Okay.
Yep.
And 20.
Cool. I've always liked that cover.
Yeah. So about the whole stack from him.
That's my favorite.
Got a great
Yeah.
deal.
Awesome.
Chris is like, how do books just come to you? Books just float over to you.
Yeah, books begin with. That is quite the stack of books right there. Pretty awesome.
I got a great deal on all of them. So.
You know,
Great.
how books completely float over to you is your statement at the end of your videos. That's how they happen. It is You share the love of comics with everyone you meet, and that is exactly why books come to you, because people know that Brian loves comics.
You have a great way of connecting it.
You do.
Yeah,
You do.
and people love to share that with you, and that's why they make the good deals with you and everything. So,
Well, thank you everybody who does that. But
Okay, so I am appreciative of all the people that bring me books and trade with me. I just don't take like compliments and stuff very well, and so I was kind of embarrassed. So I don't know, it didn't come off very well. Anyway, on with the video.
But Dan, did you have anything?
Yeah, I do. I'm surprised that I do because like I went in kind of expecting not to pick up anything. Last year I came to the show, didn't pick up anything because there's like 5-7 vendors maybe, like
Right.
And they're all overpriced, which I mean con price, right?
Right.
And so I just could never find anything, and I'm so like targeted in my X-Men collection that I'm just looking for upgrades mostly. And I always say, like, tell everybody, like, oh man, it's not like I got it. I'm not buying something just because it's a good deal. I'm gonna save that money for something that's really like for my collection. Scratch that. I saw some deals and I jumped on it. So for example, okay, so these ones were like in a 5 for $20 bin. So I got.
I'm moving over. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't
$5
pass
for
on
that
to
book.
me, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$5, come on.
So $5 for
There we
5 for
go,
20,
yeah.
you get one free, right? I have the gold claw one, but I don't have the silver claw one. I thought that was cool, right? $5. Yeah.
Okay, you need to tell me where that.
Check
$4.
it.
$4,
Check it.
right?
Yeah, I guess $4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about that? Yeah.
It was West Coast Comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
DC Comics.
Yeah.
DC Comics. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this was the only vendor I went to. What was the name of the vendor again? Travis was his
West Coast
name.
Comics. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
where I
yeah.
got mine from. Yeah.
So this is like the vendor where I was like, okay, this guy's got legitimately priced book. Red Sonja one from like 80s.
It's a good cover.
Yeah,
that's a great
and I thought really great condition, on most of those. And then that I was just like, this book was hot for you.
Oh yeah.
I remember this on-
Everyone saw that book. Yeah.
on the
Okay.
hot list, so
Yeah.
Kind of key collector.
yeah. I think I can swing that in the fodder box somewhere.
Yeah.
And then these ones were like prices marked, right? But like, again, with this guy Travis, who is running the show, super friendly guy, and just took offers, right? So I bundled these three together. He listed and really already pretty fair prices.
Yep.
So this one was like a pretty damn good condition. I'd say like maybe very fine condition for 20.
Oh,
And then
yeah, no doubt.
this one, I love like really vibrant colors, no dog ears. Like it's got some bends, like it's got a subscription bend, but not a
one of
crease.
my favorite covers.
Not like a color breaking
So
crease.
good.
Listed at 50. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
And then
that's great.
this one, that Todd McFarlane cover. It's got a lot of spine wear, but but otherwise like no creases or anything like that. Listed at 100, and so I bundled these together for 120. And
Wow.
I thought that was a really good
That's
deal.
a really
Yeah,
good deal.
thank you.
Let me take a look at
Appreciate
that. Yeah.
And I just always like am attracted to this one. I really love 102.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And this is probably like one of the like best written comics. Like it's just like the story, the dialogue.
And then there's that stupid bicycle hat.
This?
Mm-hmm. yeah.
I'm gonna be rich one day, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rich one day.
Yeah.
And then here's the one
Oh,
that like
this is
my
nuts.
biggest. So we were with James from he has a podcast, Nerdy Musings. And me and Mike were there, and I was just kind of like supporting. Hey, what's up? Supporting these guys, saying what's up, looking at their purchases, and then James was flipping through these comics. Like, there's these stellar 2 boxes, and he comes across this X-Men 100, and I noticed because I noticed this little star stamp. I was like, oh, that's like kind of sometimes like there's a Mark Jeweler in that. This faded star.
Yeah,
I'm like,
subtle.
sometimes it's a Mark Jeweler, sometimes it's not.
Sold on a military base.
Right.
Yeah. It was listed at $200. That's like con price, I felt. But it's really pretty good condition, like maybe very fine or something. I haven't given it a really good look,
Yeah.
but
always
I
open
did
here.
pull it out, and it is a Mark Jeweler,
Ah, there it is.
and I've
And it's
been
nice.
I've been like going after Mark
corrupted
Jewelers. I don't remember exactly how it started.
when we were at Terrificon, you were sitting there eating dinner, and
Yeah.
you were talking to everyone. You go, it's not like I can collect. every direct, newsstand,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Mark Jeweler. And I go, why not? And the look on Dan's face was like,
It was
this
a challenge.
epiphany.
Yeah.
Like, I
can't.
can. I go, you love just that stretch of X-Men.
Yeah.
Why can't you collect every direct
Yeah.
newsstand and Mark
Right.
Jewelers?
So like, yeah, I'd call it like pretty high grade. I'll just say like a very fine, and he was even like, ooh, I didn't know that was a Mark Jeweler, but like you found it, you know, I'll give it to you for that price, but I probably can't take money off of it. And then I was like, yeah, I gotta buy it. And he was like, and then he like still knocked off like
He
$20
did.
or whatever.
He knocked
right?
off just because.
And I was just like, dude, like this guy is so nice.
Yeah.
And so happy to, super stoked to have this. It's like
Cool
one
book.
of my like
that's awesome.
new
Yeah.
great addition to my collection. So I love that, and
That's
really
awesome.
happy. Really, never thought that I was gonna walk away from Rose City Comic Con with like some sweet.
I feel like it didn't help the situation. I kept saying that book was made for you, Dan. The fact you said to Mark Jeweler, I'm like, he found him like, how can you not buy that book? You know?
And then James was also like, dude, if you don't buy that, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah. Oh, he said no. He said if you didn't get it, he was gonna reprice it.
That's true.
Yeah.
The dealer said, hey, listen, you can have it at that price, but if you pass or when you pass, I will be repricing that.
Right,
Yeah, which
exactly.
is understandable, you know. But yeah, like $180.
Yeah, good stuff.
So you know, I don't really know what the fair market value is, but I just don't see it often, and this is what I'm going after, I guess. So,
Awesome.
there it is, yeah.
All right, Chris, Bronze Age Nerd, what do you got? You got a big old stack of stuff, though.
Most of it's stuff I got signed that I have in my personal
Oh, okay.
collection.
That's still worth
you know,
showing.
little
First Hope
Chris
Summers.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
First Hope. Got a couple of the
Yeah.
first Zelda Stanton.
Yeah.
But I had him do a remark on Six Limited. This is actually my
I loved that book as a
favorite
kid.
issue.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, bro.
And it was one of his early works. He told me his whole story
there it
about
is.
it.
Yep.
So that was really cool. He wasn't really doing a ton of remarks, so it seemed cool. He was
One of my
doing
most
that.
read X-Men books as a kid was
Yeah, yeah.
X-Men
I
Unlimited
love
number
that
one.
story. His favorite X-Men stories
Yep.
ever.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. See, we all have great taste.
Had Randy Emberlin and Lee Weeks sign this. I've already had
Oh, yeah.
Obama sign it. It's the
Yep.
infamous issue where several Joes die.
Oh, okay.
Crucial Abysmia. And also had Randy sign this Mark Jewelers variant right here.
Oh, right.
Love Lady J and Zorana, so had that one.
Cat fight.
Yeah. Chris Warner had him sign Aliens vs. Predators, kind of first appearance in Dark Horse Presents there.
Ooh, this is sharp.
Plus, I had him pick up. I picked
cool.
up Predator 1. He kind of knocks him. I got that for 50.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good with him signing it. Decent grade on that.
Right?
First print. Yep.
Right.
Simon Bisley had him do some Lobo signing,
Nice.
All right, nice.
and then had several of the people there. Greg Rucka, Matt Fraction, sign these books. This one right here is going to be part of the Heroes for Heroes auction.
Oh, nice.
So the J. Scott Campbell stick with me, but I got some signatures on that. Ran into Brian Michael Bendis on his way out of the show,
yeah.
literally for the day, and had him sign for solo.
Yeah, really?
But really, I guess the coolest stuff was a lot of this Heroes for Heroes stuff. I got these from an awesome artist I met for my wife and daughter.
Oh, very nice.
I also like to bring them back presents from cons, but Lee Weeks donated some signed prints that we'll do for
very
the
nice.
auction.
Yep. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good too.
Then Randy Emberlin has done every year for Heroes for Heroes.
yeah.
He's done a pack of prints in here, so
Yeah.
there's a bunch of cool prints in there.
The Deadpool one was sweet.
The Deadpool one, yep.
He's awesome.
Greg Rucka did these awesome metal signs that he signed for me. And then,
Oh boy.
I love that one.
everywhere.
yeah, those are awesome. And then, thank you very much. And then, yeah, Chris Warner just handed me these framed Predator prints that are signed.
Yep.
So we got a whole bunch of these that we'll
Wow.
do for the auction.
Wow. And these are all for the Heroes for Heroes.
Yeah,
That is, wow. What generous people too.
yeah.
Mon, these are pointed at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Right from Moncom's big Predator fan. Yeah, he's drooling on these. Wow.
So lots of cool stuff. You know, but I got a bunch more signed books and all that kind of stuff too.
All right.
But
Good.
it was just a really good time getting to meet a bunch of artists and
Yeah.
talk to a bunch of creators
Weird.
and getting them enlisted.
We met so many people, made so many great connections. It was awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like Simon Bisley is going to do an original Lobo piece. We're going to get that at some point for him for the auction.
Yep.
So
And once again, I'm going to put all the information down below for that for everyone. I hope people don't miss it. You know, the more people can get involved in this, the better, you know.
yeah, it's
So,
been
awesome. last but certainly not least, we have maybe making his YouTube debut.
Yeah,
we have
first-
Dr. Plagas here.
First full
In the
appearance.
flesh. First full appearance, not a cameo. Right, yes, exactly.
I've had a little cameo on Comic Book Candy.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Comic book
This
Candy,
is
yeah.
first full. So,
Okay.
Yeah, this won't. That was great. This is going to be very uneventful.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
You
you
got
got some cool stuff.
some cool stuff. Go on.
Well, I'm a big run collector, so chipped away at my Fantagraphics Usagi run. I got 29 and 30. So
Cool. I'm getting more into Usagi lately. I've been
Yeah,
reading a lot more.
yeah.
It's great stuff, yeah.
Critters number 10, more Fantagraphics, Usagi on the cover there. I am officially in the single digits for what I need on the Green Lantern Hal Jordan run
Awesome.
now, thanks to these two, number 71 and 81.
It's been around. Oh, yeah.
Comic Summit.
I did.
At the comic shop.
Yeah.
I think I saw you there, and I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
So
So I only have 7 issues left, which is incredible
Yeah, it's
because that's
incredible.
like over 200 issue run. Just some
Turtles? Yeah.
Turtles Adventures. And
Oh yes, I love the manga.
yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
It's good stuff,
Yeah.
man. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Love that.
Uneventful?
Love
Yeah, you got
Cool.
some really good stack of stuff.
well, as you guys know, I do the action figures with the
Oh,
the
love
comics.
your IG
And-
posts with those.
Oh, yeah, I love that you do
They've
that.
recently
Yeah.
been putting out some really cool Simpsons figures that I've been picking up. So
Oh,
these are.
Yeah.
I already love Simpsons, but these are perfect for that. This is a big thing for me. I completed my Tomb of Dracula run today.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's a cool run, too. Yeah.
70 issues. I needed 31, 61, number 9,
nice.
That's a great one.
and then
I've always loved
number
that
2.
cover.
Yes.
It's like it. Yeah.
And then I shot my shot on
Oh, there it is.
Batman
Yep.
189,
Let's see
first
it.
Jonathan Crane.
Yep.
I offered him $100, and he said yes. And this appears to be
Very nice.
a beautiful copy.
Very pretty copy.
Scarecrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my favorite Batman villains, so I'm
And
stoked on that.
that was the guy right across from us.
Prestige, yeah.
Prestige, yeah.
Prestige Worldwide. Good job.
And he's usually great with offers.
That's
I always
awesome.
go for it with him. And
So
he typically accepts.
Hit pickups all around.
Yeah, pretty good, guys. Absolutely. Yeah, a round of applause. Yay.
We did it.
But the most important thing is we got to hang out together, right? Not just us, plenty of people at the show that we got to meet today, and that really is what we all say all the time, guys. It's about the people, it's about the community. And I'm just happy
A ton
to.
of people, like people we met at Terrificon.
Yeah,
Like
great.
Tess is a nerd.
Yeah. Yep. On the other side of the country, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty
And then the
crazy.
fact that there are so many people that are connected to one another that we didn't even know that were
Right.
that are in this area. Which is really cool too. I
Yeah,
mean,
awesome.
Absolutely.
So there you go, guys. That was a pretty eventful day at Rose City Comic Con, and some of you guys are going back tomorrow as it is, so it's certainly not over. For me, I got to fly all the way across the coast, but it's been a fantastic time. Spending time with all of you, spending time with my sister, seeing a lot of the great sites in the Pacific Northwest. What a beautiful part of the country. And oh yeah, we got some pretty good comic books. So let's just go around the horn really quick. We have Travis at Comics Limited, where we can find you.
You can find me on YouTube and Instagram, as well as you can find me also on eBay as my eBay site and whatnot for if you want to buy comics, because I do sell comics at both places.
There you go. All right, Brian, Big Movie Fly, the comic guy.
YouTube and Instagram. Share your love of comics with everyone you meet.
All right. Dan.
Dan's X-Men Comics on Instagram. Yeah, catch you there.
All right.
Rep the X, baby.
Yeah.
Gotta have a tagline or something, right?
Bronze Age Nerd, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram. I also stream on the EXP YouTube channel. And yeah, keep reading comics every day.
Right. And the Heroes for Heroes is also going to be down in the description, guys. Make sure you check that out. Absolutely. It's a great cause. Definitely. And finally, Dr. Plagas, what's up?
Dr. Plagas on Instagram, and that's where I'll stay.
All right.
And hit him up for some stickers if you need them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I'm Mike from Lunch Money Comics, guys. Keep hunting for comic books in strange and unusual places. Yes, you will find some comic books. More importantly, you might find some really dear friends. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you next time.
Hey, and I wanted to give a special thanks to Colossus Collector, Ryan, the Colossus Collector. If you guys aren't subbed to his channel, please do. He helped me with that intro. Specifically, he helped me, getting my channel name to go over Mike's usual intro. And then also big shout out to Dr. Plagas for getting me getting Ryan the layout for Mike's logo, so we were able to do the BMF instead of LMC. So yeah, so I got a BMF logo.